Welcome to Snetterton here in Norfolk for the Dunlop Mark II Golf GTI Championship and the V.A.G Trophy. Now, at just under 3 miles in length, this is a circuit that always throws up plenty of challenges, so we should be in for some great racing. So before the race action gets underway, I've had a chance to catch up with the championship coordinator, James Bradley Silverstone. And James, how's the season going for you? It's a new role this year, but we're sort of at the halfway point now. How are things working out?
Yeah, I don't think it's going too bad, to be fair. New Dunlop sponsor for both championships. Some nice high-profile sponsors: JBS Custom Code, White Line, Powerflex, Miltech, Bilstein, KW. So yeah, doing really well.
So what would you say to a driver that potentially wants to get involved? Why would they come to this championship or these championships?
Well, we've got 3 championships in essence. We've got the Mark II Golf GTI Championship, which is a real good place to come and start racing essentially. We have 2 classes in there, the 8 valve and the 16 valve. 16 valves is a little bit more professional, a lot of high profile drivers in there. Then we have the Dunlop V.A.G with Class A and Class B. Again, Class B is a very easy championship to come and enter. We have a very comprehensive website, vagtrophyracing.com. It's all aimed around really being able to get a driver into a position where he's got a car that's suitable. Everything's worked out on power to weight ratio, so the vast array of cars don't make too much difference, because where someone has a little bit of an advantage, someone else might lose, but it swings and roundabouts. But everything's on a power to weight ratio, so essentially the cars are very capable of keeping with each other. But yeah, we try and make it as easy as possible to get new people into the championship essentially.
And what's the feedback you're getting from the drivers already in the championship?
I think they're very, very happy actually. It's the first time the championship had full hospitality facilities. People seem to like the new TV, and the downforce live radio is very good as well. So yeah, I think everyone's really positive.
So it's been a pretty good weekend so far for our poleman here, Harry Volkard. Yesterday, from second on the grid, he went on to win the race and set the fastest lap along the way. Now, he'll very much be looking to do the same again today. So the race is about to get underway. I'll hand you over to our commentator.
As ever, an eclectic mix of cars heading off on the formation lap in the V.A.G Trophy, with Harry Volkard on pole position after a clean sweep last time out in Cadwell Park. He's looking to do the same here at Snetterton. Let's have a look at how they'll line up then. It'll be Harry Volkard on pole position, Paul Taylor alongside him on the front row with Ken Lark and David Fairbrother on the second row. Leading Class B will be Mike Smith down there in 8th position on the grid. Interesting to see what sort of battles he'll be having for the lead of the Class B category, with the Mark IV Golfs mainly fighting towards the front. There you can see another big grid in the V.A.G Trophy. 28 cars will be taking the start here at Snetterton, so it'll be very busy going down into Riches for the first time. Ready for the start of the V.A.G Trophy race here at Snetterton. Harry Volkard on pole position. Alongside him in the Seat is Paul Taylor as the racing gets underway, and it's a good start from Volkard as they head down towards Riches. Looked as though Taylor didn't get the best getaway as they come towards the right-hander for the first time. Can he hold on to that second place? No, he looks like he's lost out to David Fairbrother, who's moved up into second position as they come through the right-hander and then down towards the hairpin at Montreal. A couple of pit lane starters getting on their way. Peter Bray-Spicer there in the 64 car, but it's Harry Volkard who is out in the lead of the race in the early stages. A bit of a sideways moment there for Ken Lark, who's running in third, but he manages to keep it all together as they exit the hairpin and now head into the tight infield section here on the Snetterton 300 circuit. Ken Lark losing a bit of momentum after that slide, and here comes the challenge for second place. Paul Taylor, who started second on the grid, is now looking to try and repass David Fairbrother. Into the hairpin now of Oggies, and here's the look up the inside from Taylor. Gets a little bit of a lock-up and gets alongside, trying to go side by side with Fairbrother, who's hanging on around the outside in the VW, but it's the Seat who will surely take the place, and yes, Taylor goes through up into second position. Harry Volkard already pulling out a strong early advantage as he comes down towards Brundle and Nelson, but it's side by side still for second position. Taylor on the inside line, and David Fairbrother unable to hang it on around the outside at Brundle and Nelson, so he has to slot in to that third position. Ken Lark looking more comfortable in that fourth position at the moment as the rest of the cars filter their way through. As ever, an impressive grid from the V.A.G trophy. And through come our Class B leaders. The 25 car there of Mike Smith, who started on pole position in the class, is still heading it up at the moment. Under braking for Murray's. And Ken Lark is starting to close in on the guys in front, and then behind them it's Richard Morgan. Is Peter Bray-Spicer, who we saw earlier. He is chasing Simon Tomlinson there in the number 40 car. These guys fighting lower down in Class B, but up at the front is Harry Volkard, but the second place battle is still raging as they come towards Montreal. A look to the inside from David Fairbrother. Is he going to be close enough to get alongside? Yes, he is. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can. So that's second place again for Fairbrother. Paul Taylor demoted down to third. Harry Volkard still disappearing out at the front, but here's the battle for the lead in Class B. There is Mike Smith, currently second in class. It's Darren Bedford in the 6 car who's leading that class at the moment, there in the black car. A little lock-up as he comes down into Montreal. And Bedford with a reasonably comfortable advantage in Class B at the moment, but anything can change in V.A.G trophy racing. There's Nick Sanderson going through in his Seat Leon Cupra at 1.8T. He's currently running well inside the top 10, so a good performance so far for Sanderson. As the Class B battles rage. There, Tony Taylor getting closed in on as he comes towards the hairpin at Agostini. But now it looks as though Paul Taylor is running fairly lonely in that third position after a good early fight with David Fairbrother. It doesn't look as though he's quite got the pace to stick with the Scirocco of Fairbrother. But our race leader Harry Volkard in the Mark V Golf GTI is still leading the way, looking to make it 4 out of 4 in the last 4 races. Fairbrother not quite close enough, but is lapping reasonably well, so maybe he'll be able to close in Volkard by the end of the race. This is our battle for the lead in Class B, though, continuing. It's Darren Bedford who has the lead at the moment, with Mike Smith right behind him. Both of them out in their Mark IV Golfs, coming through Coram now and down towards Murray's. And Mike Smith is getting very, very close now to the back of Bedford as they come into the left-hander. Should be able to carry more momentum through because he took a wider line into that final corner. And Smith in the blue Golf looks to the outside as they come down to Riches. Meanwhile, Nick Penfold running further back in Class B, and there's a spin for Tony Taylor right on the exit of Brundle and Nelson. And that's going to put him well down the order after he was squabbling for around about 4th place in Class B. Doesn't look like he'll be able to hold that position now, and he'll have a lot of work to do. But this is back to the lead battle in Class B. Still Darren Bedford leading the way, but still Mike Smith follows. Down into Brundle. Mike Smith, the man leading the Class B championship as we arrive here at Snetterton, and now he's leading the Class B race. But for how long? Because no doubt Bedford will want to fight back. It is Darren Bedford in 2nd place in the championship, but it's Harry Volkard who is leading the way still here at Snetterton overall. A really comfortable afternoon for the former British touring car racer, but it's anything but comfortable for the Class B leaders. They're going side by side again down the centre straight. It's Bedford on the inside into Riches, Mike Smith on the outside, and Bedford retakes the lead of Class B. We've seen great battles between these guys throughout the season so far, and it looks like the battles are going to run and run. Harry Volkard, meanwhile, is being slightly closed in by David Fairbrother. Maybe he's just managing the gap, but Fairbrother looks to be a little bit closer now there in the number 9 Scirocco. As they come through Coram, it looks as though it's not going to be too much of a challenge for Harry Volkard. Fairbrother's closing in, but Volkard still has the lead as he comes along the centre straight and to take the checkered flag, and that will do for Harry Volkard. Only 1 second between them at the end, but it's Volkard who takes victory. In Class B, it's going to be Darren Bedford. Mike Smith has lost out in these previous couple of laps, and as a result, it's going to be a comfortable victory for Bedford after a hard-fought battle in Class B. Here's a look at the results then. Just 1 second between Volkard and Fairbrother at the end of the race. Had Fairbrother not had that battle with Paul Taylor, who finished in third, maybe he'd have been able to challenge. It was the Class B victory for Darren Bedford ahead of Rob Allam. Mike Smith there, after battling for Class B honours, finished down in 15th position.
Many congratulations. That was pretty much the perfect weekend, wasn't it, with that result?
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. I think 2 out of 2, and obviously we won the last 2 at Cadwell, so before Cadwell things were looking a little bleak championship wise, but we're now I think we're now leading the championship, so happy days.
David, a good result today. It was pretty close at the front for the three of you, but you managed to pull one out of the bag and get ahead.
Well, yeah, we raced fairly close, me and Paul, early on, and we have had a couple of incidents this year, but it were dead clean, it were dead straight. I took my moment past him, and then it was just a matter of damage limitation, really, just getting as close to Harry as I could. He's leading the championship, he's my teammate, he can win it, I can't. It was just mathematics, just sitting in the right place, keeping Harry safe, and I just felt, get him nice and close, let him know that I was there, but no, nothing stupid.
Paul, many congratulations on the podium finish today. It was quite a battle between the three of you at the front.
Yeah, it was quite a good battle. I dropped off a little bit. The new Taylor heating car is the first time it's been out this weekend, so it's a little bit new to us. But we had a superb run out. We had a second yesterday and a third today, and it makes a change from not being in the scenery. So really, really good day. The guys in front were doing a superb job, and the PTS car just wasn't there to just keep with them. But we'll be back at the next round to really challenge them for that top spot on the podium.
Darren, many congratulations on that result today, but you were having quite a battle yourself, weren't you, near the end? What happened?
Yeah, I got a good start, got a lead on Mike, and I knew Mike would be giving me the pressure all race, so I just thought I'd get a bit in front of him, carry on. Mike caught me up, we had a good battle. Yesterday he beat me by about 0.2 of a second or something like that. So we both went over on the start-finish straight, side by side, little gap between us, and we both thought the race had finished. So we both let off the gas, cruised around for half a lap, and then I realised there was no flags being waved at the marshal's post. So I just carried on then. I think Mike just came in. So luckily I had no pressure at the end, I just took the win.
Mike, a bit of confusion at the end of that race. From your perspective, how did you see it?
Yeah, as far as I was concerned, me and Daz came around the last bend, very close, and I thought I saw the checkered flag out. And as we ran up the pit lane side by side, I weren't looking at the pit wall, and we crossed the line, and both of us, we thought it were over. I think he realised a lot quicker than me that it wasn't over. And I'm not, I don't know, a bit confused. Giving up my 5th race win there, but what can you do?
So a double win here at Snetterton means Harry Volkard moves to the top of the Class A Championship, but only 5 points clear of Ken Lark. A 6th place finish for Richard Morgan sees him remain 3rd in the standings. In Class B, Mike Smith has lost some of his advantage to Darren Bedford after his troubles in the second race, but he still is the top of Class B.
Plenty of more action still to come here at Snetterton, so join us after the break when we have the Dunlop Mark II Golf GTI Championship.